you. Um, so, I did mention I wanted to play all of these games at the same time. That's not exactly what's going to happen here, because each of these games fail to respond to input if you alt-tab away from them. In the case of New and Tasty, the entire thing pauses. Right, so what I want to do is go through kind of room by room and just chat about the design differences, the different approach they made to solving the same puzzles. Yeah, lots of... It's something that we actually designed for Wildfire. We didn't do pause on loss of focus because I know a lot of streamers that interrupts their workflow, right? We did allow the option to mute audio on loss of focus, which, when you're a developer, is a real sanity check. But you can disable that if you want as well, because, you know, if you're streaming and you tab over to a chat window or something, you don't want the game to just mute. Much like Abe's Oddysee does, weirdly, right now, because I don't think they intended for you to run it in a window. This is running through DXWind, which is a DirectX injector that allows me to run it in a window. But every other game, obviously the Abe's Mission Escape is running on a ZX Spectrum emulator. Oddworld Adventures here is running on a Game Boy emulator. New and Tasty is running natively through Steam. So yeah, apart from that, we're kind of all set up and ready to go. Like I said, I want to go through room by room and chat about like the different approaches to puzzle design. I don't know what decisions were made. I'm just going to guess, and I'm going to, like, as a designer, just kind of deconstruct what I see. Because I think it's actually really interesting, especially the differences between Abe's Oddysee here and New and Tasty. That's going to be the main two things we go through, because Oddworld Adventures is actually only the Paramonian Temple. It's a really cut down game. And it is not exactly... I don't know if it's technically even good, but it's going to be fun to just see. So what's going to happen is we're not going to cut to Oddworld Adventures until we get to the Paramonian Temple. Abe's Mission Escape, on the other hand, is only Rupture Farms, right? So we're going to cut through Abe's Oddysee, New and Tasty, and Abe's Mission Escape, probably for this first stream. It might take us one entire stream to get through Rupture Farms itself. But I think we're kind of ready to start. And what I want to do... So I want to try and sync up the intro cutscenes by playing New and Tasty and Oddysee at the same time. I've given this a bit of practice. It may not work. But what's going to happen is they will seem out of sync at the start, but they will gradually overlap towards the end of the cutscene. And you might even get some line reads that are layered one on top of the other, if I've timed it right. So, here we go. You will get double audio from both, so it's going to be a bit cacophonous, but I think it's funny if we do it this way, right?
Yep.
So what I need to do is go to Chapter Select.
Follow me.
You can already tell the different voice with Abe there is really interesting. Hang on. Abe's Oddysee is going through a demo, so I need to cut that. We go Rupture Farms. We hit that. Go continue. Okay, here we go.
This is Rupture Farms. They say it's the biggest meat processing
This
plant
is Rupture Farms.
So I can cut between...
They say it's the biggest meat processing plant on Oddworld.
I'll try and do that if we get some synced up shots.
I used to work here.
I was really a slave,
I was really a
like
slave,
all the others.
like all the others.
Comparative literature, exactly.
That's me. My name is Abe. I was employee of the year.
Now now I'm dead meat. I crossed the meanest boss in the world.
I crossed the
Mullet
meanest
was
boss in the
lucky.
world. Mullet.
My whole life changed in just one day. I was working late one night at Rupture's farm day.
I was working late one night at Rupture Farm.
So this is where it starts to sync up.
We used to make meat
We
munchies
used to make meat munchies
until the meaches were through.
until the meaches were through. We still made paramite pies.
We still made paramite pies. And we made
And
some
we
good
made some
scratch
good
cakes.
scratch cakes too.
Almost, almost.
I thought I had a good job,
Had a good job.
but that was before I knew
Before I knew
how we'd make
how
them
we
and
taste
taste
it and
I
taste
was
it.
still fine.
I was still to find.
The truth, it turned out,
There you go.
Now
that would blow my mind.
Okay, we're almost shot for shot in sync here.
Cause profits were grim. And scraps have been turning up thin. But Mullet was cool. He had a plan. This new kind of meat. It was us. It was us. I just had to escape. I just had to be free.
To be free,
And I didn't even know. I had a destiny.
I had a destiny.
Get me out of here!
Get me out of here!
Alright, so we're going to start with Oddysee. There's a lot to actually talk about in the first screen, so we can definitely hit that up. And then I will also need to switch to the ZX Spectrum demake. Yeah, the interlacing is kind of crazy, right? There's a lot of, I don't know what you call it, but there's that frame sort of motion blur, like that transition from frame to frame that really makes the original Abe's Oddysee intro kind of hard to watch. I don't actually remember that happening when I was like watching it on a CRT monitor, you know. So there might be something going on there with maybe just it running on a modern system because I'm running it through DxWint. But here we go. So this is Abe's Oddysee. For anyone who doesn't know, this is a cinematic platformer released in 1997. This is the PC version we're playing. It was also out on PS1. I actually had a look at the PS1 version, and it's almost twice as compressed when it comes to the pre-rendered backgrounds as the PC version. However, the sound and the music is much improved. So it's kind of a trade-off with which one you're getting. But I'm going for graphics with the PC version here. Right on this first screen, there is a secret. And this is a really interesting design problem I found that they had to tackle in an interesting way, especially in New and Tasty. So what you have here is you can kind of walk past this barrel cleanly. You're not meant to know there's a secret here. But if you press down, oops, I actually missed it. If you press down, Abe will lower himself down into this first secret area, right? The interesting thing about the way this works is that this is, at no point in Abe's Oddysee is there a clean platform that you can walk over, but also lower yourself down like this. There always has to be a gap. So this is kind of like a fake drop-down point, which obviously is like intended just to be a secret that you have to know about. And it's hidden by that barrel in the environment in the front, right? If we go over to New and Tasty, Oh god, I've actually got to tab into it for it to respond to my controller input. Yeah, here we go. So you go to New and Tasty, you see you have this camera angle, which actually shows the ground, because it's more of a, I don't want to say isometric, because that's wrong, but it's angled down more, rather than like a flat, oblique projection. So you go over here, and you're like, okay, you're going to have the secret behind the barrel, right? But you can actually see behind the barrel now. And this tripped me up the first time I played it, because I thought the secret just wasn't there anymore, right? So this is the barrel. And you can see how the camera kind of tries to pull in to hide it in exactly the same way. But in the lead up to it, orthographic I think is the right word. I think you're right about that. I get orthographic and oblique mixed up a lot. Don't worry about this mine, it's fake. I was like, when that came across, I was like, oh, they added this to make you like run through it more, but no, it's fine. So you can see how what they have instead is this hatch. And you can kind of see there's like that green light on it, which is actually just a part of the back, the platform normally. Yeah. You're saying, wait, what about the mine? Yeah, it's just, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter about it. But they have this hatch. And you don't actually press down to go in it. And this is what tripped me up, because I was like, okay, surely... Oh, the 4 games at once? Andrew, I've gone crazy. This is probably going to collapse at some point, but I'm just doing it because it's insane, and I'm going to see if it works. So you can actually see the hatch better if you walk past it. And the way you get in it is to actually press the interact button rather than just dropping down, right? So you have to interact with it, and Abe hops down into it. And now you're in the secret area. I think that's a really interesting way to redesign that kind of secret area. Because as I said, with Oddysee, right? It's a completely fake secret, like, platform. You don't actually... see it or drop down into it normally like any other part of the game. And yet, you got to come up with some way to make it, you know, hidden. Like, that hatch kind of blends in to the walkable plane, but if you know it's there, you know that that is now what you have to look out for, even if you can still see it on the platform, right? Okay, so... From this point on, New and Tasty is going to pause if I Alt-Tab, which is real annoying. But you can at least see, as a comparison, you know, this is the same room that we're in with that and Oddysee. How many layers of Oddworld are you on? I've gone deep. I've gone too deep. My mic is actually clipping a little tiny bit, so I'm going to drop it down a little. Okay, there we go. So this is the first, like, secret puzzle in the game. And the thing about Oddysee is these secret areas can actually be quite hard because you don't have quick save yet. It's an entirely checkpoint-based system. They didn't introduce quick save until Exodus. So you're really not going to be coming here on your first run-through. But even as, like, someone who has finished the game, these areas can be hard to time, right? The other difference is... And the reason these areas are hard, you can only talk to one Madokan at once in Oddysee. They didn't add the, like, all-year command again until Exodus. And even so, timing it is kind of hard. Okay, there we go. We're fine. So I need to actually tell them to follow me again to get them to drop down.
Wait.
Okay. It is real annoying, right? So here is one of the major differences with this secret area between... Abe's Oddysee and New and Tasty. If you drop down, you get this area with the slig, and you can see the slig is sleeping, right? So if we sneak over, we're able to sneak over and get down to where we need to be without waking that slig up. So, I am actually going to go through and fully complete this secret area in Oddysee, and then we'll switch to New and Tasty and do it there, and then we'll switch to the ZX Spectrum demake, right? If I remember right, yeah, that takes me under the thingy. So, we need to do this. Oh, wait, no. We have to get that other switch over there, don't we? Yeah. So you can see, even though this one is going fast, there's still enough time for Abe to roll under it. And what you have to do is now direct the Madokan while here.
Hello. Hello. Follow me. Okay. Wait.
Oh god, okay. This is... You have no idea. This is still really hard to do because the Madokans are on a grid-based movement system the same as you are, right? And that means they're going to fully complete a step before responding to your command. So you actually kind of have to do it in advance, in a way. And it's actually still really hard to time all that. Okay, we're good. So, I'm gonna go over here and get him to drop down. We'll wait for that to go down.
Okay.
You also have to wait for him to say okay, or like do his actual speech animation before he starts walking, which is another thing you have to time against these buzzsaws, right?
Okay. Wait. Okay.
Okay, so he's down there. We're good to go. We can actually sneak over here. Oh god, okay. That was extremely close. Off-screen behavior is super hard to read, but it's good that they at least still respond to those commands, right? You're not really meant to know how to possess Sligs here, so the solution to this is to pull that lever and drop him down the platform. But obviously we can just do that, so that would be the normal way to go. Here's another interesting design thing. In Abe's Oddysee, the bird portals, if you scare them, you have to go off-screen and back in order to make them reappear. Right? So I need to do that, and then do that. And I can't remember if these top guys will run for it, but let's see. No, they have to be on the same level, which again,
Okay.
is a bit more busy work.
Follow me. Okay. Wait.
Okay.
Okay. Hello. Hello.
Oh my god. So that's the other thing. You have to make him go back to his work animation before you can say hello to another Madokan.
Follow me.
The quickest way to do that is to, again, go off screen and back. But
Wait. Okay.
in Exodus, they added the work command, which is useful for getting them to pull switches, but also gets them out of the, like, current follow state, right? So we can go here, rescue these two. Go back up. Not die. And there we go. I'm going to run through and get to the checkpoint, just in case anything goes wrong. Which I think is just through here. We'll leave it there, actually. So if we tab over into New and Tasty, you can already see this is a bit different. There's much more Madokans here to rescue. And being on a widescreen, they've actually given you a bit more space to walk for this whole section, right? So if we go down here, hang on, I need a bit of a drink. OBS scenes, thank you. I completely forgot. This is going to take a lot of micromanaging on my part, but if you notice me doing that, please call me out and I will definitely change them. I should also add that I'm coming to this having not used the gamepad in a while, so I may need a sec to actually figure out the controls. But the first thing we want to do, because if we change this, it puts that lightning over there and makes this thing much faster, right? Micromanaging an Abe game? No, surely not. So, good, that's Chant. Okay, so we got one. Thankfully, we have quick save in this game, so it's actually a bit less stressful. Oh god. Quick load? What is the quick load button? Is it F8? Oh my god. Load quick save. Okay. Oh my god, you have to actually go to the menu for that. That doesn't seem right. There's got to be a Okay, good, good, we're good. So, no quick load, only quick save. Now that we got them out there, we can hit this. The other thing that's really good about New and Tasty actually is you don't have to stand next to a lever to pull it. You could just have to kind of be on it and able, like, get himself into the right position. So we can do... We can't do the all-year command here, which they did add for New and Tasty, because that Medocon on the left side of the screen is going to follow us too. So...
Follow me. Hey there. Follow me.
You can see here, you can actually say hello to individual Medocons and get them to follow you in a way that you could not do in Abe's Oddysee. So we're going to time this right. Good. Okay. Like, the micromanagement here is so much easier. Despite this being the same puzzle, the reason it's harder is because of these, like, added Medocons, right? Like, you can't just do this. Okay. Okay. So here's one of the things about New and Tasty. The analog movement, I thought that was a safe hop. It is not. And it's really hard to actually tell that because it is no longer grid-based, right? It is kind of softly grid-based.
Follow me.
Okay, here we go. We quick save that here, and then we do a hop here. Okay, good. So, here's one of the problems that this redesign of this room actually creates. If I drop down now, I'm going to wake the Slig up, and that Slig is going to shoot at me and possibly hit those other Medocons under me, right? You'll recall in Oddysee, I could drop down here and do it safely because it was a screen transition, right? If I do this now, see, he wakes up, I get shot. So the actual solution to this is different, and I'm not entirely sure what you are meant to do, because I remember playing this a while ago, and I'm like, okay, the actual solution to this puzzle is different despite it being the same puzzle. And from what I understand, you're kind of expected to just do this. Okay. So that wasn't sneaking. That was just running out of his field of view. And the reason they added a field of view to the Sligs that is not the screen length, like it is in Oddysee, is because, again, it's a free camera movement system, right? You are not going to be able to tell instantly, like you can in Oddysee, how far the Slig is going to see you from and, like, start shooting. The other really cool design thing they did is, you see these Zeds coming out of the Slig here? They actually float way, 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 way horizontally more than they did in Abe's Oddysee, right? Because if you're moving through a free camera screen, you need to know that coming up is a sleeping Slig, and you need to, like, stop sprinting or stop making noise before you get into the radius that will wake the Slig up. Okay, so because we've done that, we can now do this. Notice how that drop down was fine. Interesting, okay. Now, here's the other thing. Am I in possession range of this guy? I think I actually might be. Yeah, so there was the anti-chant orb further up there, but obviously because I'm, like, down on this, like, second screen now, it doesn't count. So. Cool. We've gotten rid of that guy. Now, we can... I think we can chant to get this portal open, and all of these guys should run for it. No, okay. It's same as in Oddysee. Like, they will, they gotta be on the same level. So.
Hi. Hello. Hey there. Follow me. Hello. Hey there. Follow me. Okay. Hello. Follow me.
Cool. Okay, good. Oh god, you guys too.
Follow me.
Again, the reason I have to do these individually is because that one guy up there is still in the way of that meat saw. Yeah, and so the ring stays after you have sent some people through it. But also, if I interrupt it and make them fly away, I can stand here as long as I want, it won't come back, but as soon as I leave the portal area, it just reforms. Like, it's such a really good quality of life thing to actually add to it. While still having the gameplay around, like, not being able to use a portal while standing on it. There's a lot like this in New and Tasty where they've gone like, hey, what is frustrating about Abe's Oddysee? And they've really smoothed it out in like really clever ways. At the same time though, a lot of the movement stuff being harder to predict kind of introduces that frustration again in other areas, right? So, okay, this guy here, I don't know how to get him out because... Oh, I see. I have to actually talk him out now while standing here. So, this is interesting. It is the same puzzle as before, but they flipped the areas you need to stand to do this on. If you'll recall, I was over there on the left when I had to get a Medocon on the far right in Abe's Oddysee out safely. But here...
Follow me.
Oh, okay, and you see that? They instantly start running as soon as you say follow me. You don't have to wait for them to do their okay animation, they just go. So you can actually time that much more reliably than you can in Abe's Oddysee, right? Does he have to interact with that switch? So the thing about the Medocons in this is I'm pretty sure you can't get them to interact with switches, right? If you go to the GameSpeak screen, yeah, there is no way to actually tell them to work. They added that in Exodus as one of the gameplay features. And obviously this being a remake of Oddysee, like that would really kind of change the way that you could solve a lot of the puzzles, right? So let's get this guy out. It's interesting though, because I never actually have to press that switch, if you think about it. Maybe there's another way to do this that requires you to do so, but I can't think of a solution that would do that, because here is another change in Abe's Oddysee. Do you remember when I was, sorry, in New and Tasty, do you remember in Abe's Oddysee, when I went over on that far left side of the screen, I was rolling under that really fast moving meat saw, despite it moving really fast, right? If you time it right, you can do it. In New and Tasty, that's no longer possible, because, and I'll show you this, Abe actually has a bit of a wind-up to his roll. You see that? It's not like a linear motion, like straight to full speed. And because of that, you actually can't make it under those saws, no matter how you time it, if they are moving fast. So, there is possibly another solution to that that I'm not aware of. Yeah, he tucks his head in first, and it's kind of, I guess it's animation priority in the same way that Oddysee is. I never really thought about that before, but it's actually a significant gameplay change because you can't do things that you were able to do in Oddysee. And I wouldn't call that a complaint, it's just something to be aware of, right? It's kind of like, oh, this is now how the game works, so I have to readjust my expectations for what puzzle solutions could be. The other weird thing is, like, you have to, like, manually open doors like this. And we'll leave... Where did I leave Abe? I left Abe there in Oddysee, right? So, okay. If we now jump over to the ZX Spectrum... how am I going to do this? I have never used the Spectrum before, so... The actual controls for this are nuts. Okay. I might drop the volume of this thing down a little bit. Give me 1 second. Oh, you know what? The actual game doesn't have sound. Okay. So, welcome to Abe's Mission Escape, which is a homebrew demake of Abe's Oddysee for the ZX Spectrum. This was released in 2002, and from what I understand, it won some kind of homebrew award. I am not familiar with the ZX Spectrum scene at all, so I don't know like what quality you know, is and isn't. However, this is basically a full demake of Rupture Farms. There's some changes here and there. But I'm going to tell you what the controls are. I am moving left and right with O and P on the keyboard. I go up and down with Q and A. So that's up, that's down, that's rolling. I am going to have to actually pull up the screenshot of the controls that I took because I can't remember the others. Okay, here we go. Space is jump. It's not QWOP controls quite, but it feels like QWOP controls, you know? And if we go here, if I hold Z, I can run. And then if I hold X, I will sneak. Okay. Now, this was made by a Russian team, so the game speak is going to be in Russian, but this is hello, and this is follow me, and I believe this is wait. I think those are the only controls, right? And 0 is chant. So you have your basic Abe's Oddysee gameplay system set up here and ready to go, but you also have the same secret area, right? Like, it's a super faithful demake of basically the entire first area of Abe's Oddysee, right? So this is going to be extremely hard to do. I don't expect getting over it with a long landing. Exactly. I don't expect to be able to complete this section in this version of Abe's Oddysee because, Jesus Christ, like, just timing those buzzsaws and stuff, no. I need to figure out what my interaction key is. I think it might be enter. Is it enter? No, it's not. Oh, it is. It's just like a really long animation that he has to actually go through. Okay. So, if we tell this guy, hello, and we go, follow me. There is no gameplay sound, by the way. Like, it's meant to be silent, so just, that's not an issue. Oh, God. Okay. Let's see. Oh, did you go back to work because I took too long? I think you did. Okay. Go, go, go. Oh, my God. We did it. Okay. Okay. We got one. We got one. Abe, I want you to hoist up, and I want you to tell him to wait. I don't know if he's actually still down there and, like, responding to commands. But that's good enough for me. So I'm actually going to go through and see what this next screen is. Okay, so we have the slig there. Does anyone remember what my sneak button was? I've actually forgotten that. Oh no. I think it was Z. Nope, nope, it wasn't. It was X. It was X. Weirdly, I got through that buzzsaw, though. Okay, we're good, we're good, we're good. Okay, so I'm going to go through here. I'm going to sneak over here. I love the character in Abe's sneaking animation, right? No matter what what version of this freaking game we're playing, there's so much character to it. Okay, so that slig is going to wake up as soon as I drop down, which means I need to get over and get ready to hoist, right? Thank you, that was really good timing. I was honestly not expecting that to work. Okay, are you coming down? Yes, you are. Go up. And now we can chant and possess him. By the way, has anyone here actually used the ZX Spectrum before? Because these computers were a little bit before my time. And I'm really interested in the way that do you see how there's like a color palette that overwrites the character sprite? I'm wondering if that's just how these computers worked, right? You had to kind of assign a color value to an area, and then whatever graphic went through there would adopt the color of that space. Now, I'm wondering if I can actually shoot with this guy. I can say hi, I can say work, I can say get down. Oh, and they get down, look at that. Okay. What other buttons have I got here? Yeah, I don't have any of the... There we go. There's the shoot command. That's what I want. I'm going to depossess this guy. Used one was long ago. Yeah, that's completely fair. I mean, like, it's weird that they speak English, right? That is kind of an interesting point. I need to make that bird portal reappear. So I'm going to go here. Okay. Who runs through this if I open it? Just the bottom guy. Okay, that's fair. Now, can I do a running jump? Is this something the game will allow me to do? It kind of... Here's the thing. Because I'm pressing like 3 buttons at once, you know how some keyboards don't take that many inputs at the same time? I'm going to test, though, if we just go back over to this part of the screen here. Yeah, I can't really do a proper sprint jump because I think it's actually just not taking that input. Key rollover, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, okay. Alright, I'm going to get out of the secret room because as interesting a tidbit as this is, it is actually like probably a bit too tedious to show off rescuing every single Madokan on this thing. But we are going to get through the rest of the levels as we sync up with Oddysee and New and Tasty. So, how do we do this? Is that Slig going to come over? Oh, I'm kind of disappointed that he actually didn't. Okay, so you can see here, this actually cuts to a much later section than we are currently at. So I'm going to go back to Oddysee, right here, and we're going to go through. I should also point out, one of the details that I really love in this room, if you see this barrier here, you see those bullet holes that are just kind of impacting it? I'm going to see if I can get that Slig to actually respond and try and shoot me, because it's such an awesome little detail. What? What? I have never done that before. Okay. I guess we tricked him. No one say anything. What about the Game Boy? So the Game Boy game is only it's only Paramonia, right? And I'll show you a little bit of it, just to give you a sense of what it actually looks like, because it would be kind of interesting to do. But we're going to cut over to the Game Boy once we get up to the Paramonian Temple in the other games. But I'll give you an idea of what it looks like, right? So this is it. Yeah, maybe there was a bit of a memory thing. It's entirely possible. Okay, so you kind of have most of Abe's moveset in this, right? You can roll. And you also... I need to put the sound on, sorry. Okay. Now, if we pause, we can go to the GameSpeak screen, and this is actually kind of awesome for a Game Boy game. Listen to this. Can you hear that? There are so few Game Boy games that use audio clips. The only one I can think of, apart from this, is Pokemon Yellow, right? When Pikachu is, you like respond to it, and it's like, it actually says Pikachu, like in from the show. I imagine that audio takes up most of the memory on this, which is why the game is only the Paramonian Temple. You had Oddworld Adventures 2 on the Game Boy. It was 70% of Exodus plus some unique levels. I've played a little bit of Oddworld Adventures 2, and it is surprising how similar some of those areas are. So I know what you mean, yeah. It definitely is a clunky-ass game. It is really difficult, because you only have A, B, start, select, and the movement keys, right? But if you go over here, you can kind of go... Oh. Hoist and jump are on the same button, so you actually have to do jump and across. Okay, if we chuck some meat for this guy. Okay. Yeah. Anyway, I will drop this back out to the Main menu. God, what is the... There we go. And we'll go back to Oddysee and continue on, but we will drop back into the Game Boy game once we get to Paramonia. I need to mute it as well because it just loops background music there. Okay, so we're in Oddysee. This is extremely hard to keep track of. You should see my desktop right now. It's just windows upon windows of random Oddworld games. Okay, so we go through here. Now, can you see down in the ZX Spectrum window down there? This is the screen that we're on in that game, right? And you can also see, and this is indicated by the falling debris, which is something Oddysee has to do because it goes screen by screen, and you need to show hoist points between each screen, right? Can you see in the bottom right, near that barrel, there's some falling debris there under that mine? That is another secret area, so we are going to try and get to that. But to do that, we need a rock to throw and blow these mines up. It's been a while since I played Oddysee, so I actually can't remember where the nearest rock is. This is Abeception. Exactly. It's kind of nuts. Or a slig, but here's the thing. Sligs can't go up platforms, right? So one of the really cool things about Rupture Farms, this first level, is they have just stacked secrets upon secrets upon secrets, right? So I know where most of these are, so what we're going to do is go down another barrel again. Now, we don't have a rock, but we do have a grenade, which is going to be extremely useful, right? So with the grenades, you hold your arm back to aim, and then there's a 5-second countdown, and you can throw the grenade at any point to time it with that countdown. If you keep holding it, you will blow up, right? So let's do this. Okay, so we got rid of the anti-chant orb. We can do this. Look at that synchronized dancing. So this is a really cool AI interaction that I like a lot. Sligs will see other sligs getting possessed, and they will shoot them if that happens. So that actually has gameplay consequences, right? Because if you're trying to possess a slig in an area where others are, you're going to have to go through them one by one until there's like only one left. Okay, cool. Bam, done. Now, the reason this is important is because we can actually take the grenade out of this secret area and still have it. You can see the little number 1 that pops up after I pick it up. That's how many grenades are in the pickup that we have. So, we want to do this again. Oh god, that bounced nearly back at me. I was not expecting that. Okay, let's try that again. Let's try that again. Love how the Sig laughs as though he's not next. Yeah, exactly. Like, they have a very, they're not able to really see that far into the future. Okay, good. That was much better. Explosions, no matter what, will scare the bird portals away, so we still need to go up and down to make it reappear. That really is one of, like, the most artificial things you have to do in these games, is just kind of reset the screen as actual solutions to puzzles. It's kind of messy. Okay. I'm going to sneak over here and just deactivate that field, because we are coming back for this slig. Oh, I should also point out, do you remember how I was talking about the Zeds of a sleeping slig going way more horizontally off screen in New and Tasty? Here's what they actually look like in Abe's Oddysee. They don't need to go anywhere, because as long as you're on the screen, that's the only relevant place that you can affect a sleeping slig, right? Okay, so we sneak back here. They're just a hand with a gun. They're doing their best. Yeah, seeing the crawling sligs in Exodus are like, not, I don't want to look at them, you know. It's just, they kind of come down to a point. This can be hard to time, or aim, rather, because you can really only aim in the 4 directions, like up, right, and down. But here we go. Okay, well that was perfect. It got rid of every single mine. So, we're good. Before I do that, I think I will actually switch over to New and Tasty and get set up for the same secret area, right? So, oh, my controller has disconnected because I've left it too long. Hold up, hold up. Oh no, hang on, hold up. I actually think the battery has just died. Give me 1 second, I've got some spares.
I should not have come to work today. Find out somebody's gonna get shot today.
Nope, 1 sec.
That egg guy comes this way. I need to shoot something.
Okay, trying my third set.
Shoot him in the head. Shoot him in the head. Time. I know somebody's gonna get shot today. I wonder if I'll get paid. When is
I cannot believe that every single set of batteries I have has somehow died. But here's the thing, I have a USB cable that I need to unfurl. There we go. I think we heard that. I think that's a connection. There it is. There we go. Okay, we're good. Now I'm getting tangled in my microphone. Here we go. Yeah, the slick banter actually is a really interesting addition to New and Tasty. Like, I think... What's one of them say? Like, I feel like someone's going to get shot today. There's some cool character they add to it. Can I just point out what is happening with those sligs in the background? Do you see that guy that's just sliding there? Like... Seeing that just right above Abe now, behind those barrels. Right in the background. He's just kind of going like, see ya. See you later. The camera frame's a super nice touch. Thanks. I got an export of the New and Tasty background from the 3D artist who actually worked on it, which is cool. If I could do that, I would. But look, unfortunately, not going to happen. Here's one thing that I actually think is a negative change about this area. If I go back through this door, do you remember how I was talking about how this panel here in Abe's Oddysee is like covered in bullet holes, and it's a super cool detail because you can get that slig to shoot at you from that position. Because they've like hard placed the camera here, because it's the first door they want you to focus on, you don't get that scene placement with the slig on the conveyor belt aligned with this area, right? So you don't get that same bit of character, and they've replaced it with kind of like this see-through metal board. It takes something out of it, I reckon. But at the same time, the amount of depth they can add here, because it's like a much larger place to walk, much kind of like greater numbers of background details. This looks great, this part, right? I think it's just a kind of perfect demonstration of like what they're trying to do with that free camera. And having all that movement in the background and the foreground with like those extra sligs, and you can see those mines going up there too. Super cool details, right? There is also something to be said about the color palette and the saturation on this. Because if we go back to, I am going to actually just go back to this room in Oddysee because I want to make a direct comparison here. I won't do this for every damn room, but I think this one's interesting. So if we go up, there's something that's just super dark and grimy and like, I don't know how to put it, but there's like it feels more menacing in Oddysee. It's not as saturated. The background fog is probably not as strong, I would say, because if you then go to New and Tasty here, it's a much more colorful game, but more color necessarily isn't better. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, the lighting palettes in the intro, there was definitely more saturation. There was a lot more colored fog. Everything was kind of a bit more bright and vibrant, but in a way that doesn't suit this like depressing industrial location, right? Yeah, murky and dirty is a really good way to put it. And it's a really abstract thing to think about because it's like they've recreated a lot of good stuff here. But overall, there is something about the atmosphere that actually doesn't translate in the same way. Yeah, Deeper Darks. Deeper Darks is actually a really good point. And we're going to talk about that when we get to the replacement for the shadow sections as well, because they are not the same. But you can also see here, like, does this slig come and shoot me? A quick save in case he does. No, he can't. The slig cannot shoot me from here because he has that visor range. Let's just see him come here again. Right. Yeah, there's almost no black. The doors are black because they're like... Yeah, he can't see me from there. The doors are black because they need to communicate what you go in and out. But that's really it. He's not turned off. No, he's just... he doesn't come that far forward. These maps are actually super good because they show you literally every Madokan location. What they don't show you, though, is the secret areas. They show you the platforms where the secret areas are, but they don't literally show you the, what would you call it, the rooms themselves. So if you can see here, obviously I'm the triangle, and you can see right below me is a highlighted platform. That is the secret area that we're currently going to in Oddysee, right? There's a bunch more that you can see along that path too, and we'll get to each of those. Parallax does make stuff more readable. Yeah, that's true. Distinct separate 3D models. It's kind of... Look, it's not just the parallax, it's also the much higher resolution, right? The original Abe's Oddysee we're running here is 640 by 480, and this is 1920 by 1080. There's just so much more pixel detail, and that's so much more information that you can do stuff with, right? Let's back out of this. Now, you can see how the secret area isn't blocked by a barrel anymore, but you can see that same hatch, right? That hatch kind of blends into the ground. It's not easy to spot unless you're really looking for it. The other detail I love with these mines, though, is that they can be placed on the Z-axis, so they kind of look more randomly spread around, like more hastily placed. They're not just in a straight line. At the same time, though, that makes it a bit harder to judge the jump distances when you have to jump over a series of them, which you'll see later in the stockyards. So. Okay. Oh, look, we got to talk about that shadow. Come on. That is so good. You would never get this in Oddysee, and I feel like that classic kind of it's almost cartoonish the way this looks, right? You know, the huge projected shadow of the character like trying to sneak, and it's just it looks so good here. It's just perfectly done. There is something about the lighting in this area that kind of... oh shit, I accidentally jumped because I pressed the joystick. That was bad. I think he goes back to sleep. Yeah, so we're fine. Something about the lighting here gives a bit of like an over bright effect. It's kind of hard to explain because I'm not a 3D artist, so I don't know the exact terminology, but you see this light here right behind Abe. It's so bright that it's actually washing out a lot of the detail in the environment around it. What it does though is it makes the metal and the walls and floor look a lot cleaner. Overexposed, that's what I'm thinking of. It makes the metal and stuff look a lot cleaner than it kind of should be in this environment. Like, this is a dirty meat processing plant, you know. If we go back to Oddysee again real quick here, and I can get back to that area real quick. Oof. Yeah, see how like dark and grimy, there's no like, you can't put an eyedropper on there. Oh yeah, scene change, thank you. You can't put an eyedropper on here anywhere and get like pure whites, like 255, 255, 255, you know. This scene here, just like, you can see there's just like blood on the walls. There's like a bucket and a mop and that guy standing there. There's a lot more atmosphere that's kind of more appropriate to what Rupture Farms is in Oddysee than New and Tasty has, right? So if we go back here, we are doing that secret area. And you can see how the Zeds are kind of positioned where Abe is going to be before he has to start sneaking, right? They're going over to the right, because that's where you come down. Like, that's a very intentional thing there. We can hit this and disable that force field real quick. Tiny thumbnail does make it easier to think about forms. Yeah, that's true. I read a really good interview with... oh, Jesus Christ, that woke the slig up. I didn't think that would happen, actually. So you can kind of see this area already looks a bit different. It's fundamentally the same puzzle, though. But yeah, I read a good interview with Lorne Lanning that was talking about... oh, Jesus. We're fine. It's talking about the difference between the Oddysee and Exodus games and Munch's Oddysee, and why Oddysee and Exodus just kind of look better despite being 2D. And he was like, well, our artists went and painted over every single screen manually, right? So what you're looking at in Oddysee and Exodus, every screen is a painting, and it is not a 3D environment that has to kind of work and be consistent as far as like 3D rules go. And that's a super interesting thing to think about when you're like, oh, okay, yeah, that's fundamentally why, in terms of art direction, they nail it so much more in Oddysee and Exodus. But the same applies here, right? It's like you're working with real-time 3D. There's so much more you have to actually handle to make it work properly. Hang on. Got it, okay. Can that lower chant blocker get you? That's a great question. I actually don't know, because I don't know if they have a visual indicator that determines what range they're at. So let's find out. No, we're good. Damn it. I thought I was going to be quicker on the draw there, but there's a little bit of a delay before you can get that interaction. Okay. Can we... Do we need to wait for this guy to turn around? Possibly. Something about the sligs getting shot in this doesn't have as much, like, oomph as it does in Oddysee. It looked like the bullets kind of went straight through, you know? I think that delay might specifically be for that use case. Yeah, that would be completely fair. I would understand that. Oh, so this is another weird gameplay thing they added with New and Tasty. If you walk up to a ledge, Abe will try not to go over it. Like, he actually backs up, and you have to really press over it for, like, longer than you think to get him to drop off it. This ragdolling body here, though, is kind of interesting. Sligs don't recognize a possessed Slig unless they see the Slig being possessed. I think that is correct. It is always... It's always something I forget, but I think you might be right about that, so we would have been okay there. Cool. So that bird pole is going to reform, and we can just rescue all these dudes. Now, I've got one grenade still. I don't think it's going to let me refill. Oh, it is! Okay, so I've got 3 grenades now, whereas I only have 1 in Oddysee. So we're actually kind of better equipped. The anti-possession orb lit up red when I got in range of it. Okay, cool. I know they do that in Soulstorm. I've just never noticed if that's the case here as well. It's kind of hard to actually tell. Okay, let's go up. Now, I've taken out those barriers. Good. I need to use that Slig later to actually go through the rest of that level. But we can go back and get that secret area. Alright, that's all of them. I'm going to quick save there, and then we... Oh god, we have to go back to the ZX Spectrum one now, don't we? Because, yeah, that one's behind. So, here we go again. Where is he? Alright. I just need to rearrange my gamepad here because it's covering up the keyboard. But, okay. These controls are so insane. It's just the most ridiculous thing to wrap your head around here. Okay. You not notice that the marquee speed matches the sneak speed. What do you mean? Oh, really? So when you're sneaking across, you go at the same speed as the text? That's kind of cool. Okay. Hang on, is that a hoist point they put here? That's some falling debris. That can't be right. Oh. I think this is where the demake like changes a little bit then, because that is absolutely not part of Oddysee. So. Yeah, gotcha. Okay, that makes sense. That would be a really smart thing for them to do. Okay. I don't know if there's a secret area still in this version. Like, I'm going blind from this point on, but yeah, no, it looks like we're lowering down. Oh, look at the chant orb in this. It looks so sinister. I like that a lot. Okay. Now, because I can't really sprint jump, I think, I'm going to have to just do this. Yeah, we're fine. Okay, cool. How do I interact with the grenade machine? Is it going to be up? It is up. Okay, cool. Jesus. I don't know how to throw in this. I think it might be C? You got to understand, the controls I have are in Russian, so I'm just kind of trying to interpret what button haven't I pressed yet. But here we go. Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. I have to use O and P, don't I? Yeah. There we go. Look at that. I don't know if there is a timer, because the game has no sound, and there was no visual indicator there, so I'm honestly not sure, but the point is, let's see if the sligs shoot each other. Doesn't look like... Oh god, he just blew up. So I guess they didn't replicate that AI behavior in this, but it's a ZX Spectrum, so I can't really fault it. Cool. Okay. Some people learn Russian for pathologic. Oh yeah. I'm not going to go as far as to learn a language for this. I don't know that it's going to be that long lasting, but... Now, do I still have a grenade available? I don't. I have to go back up and get one. Oh god. Okay, here we go. I really want to hold it down and see if there's a timer, but there's no quick save or anything, so I don't want to get thrown back to like the beginning of the game. So I'm not going to do that. It doesn't seem like there is, though. It seems like it actually just kind of explodes after a set amount of time after leaving your hand. So, we got to remember we want to get one on the way out because we need it to clear off those mines. So the other thing about, I don't know if this is something ZX Spectrums do, but there doesn't appear to be a lot of key buffering. So in Oddysee and Exodus, you can kind of queue up commands as animations are playing out. That doesn't really seem possible here, and so it does make it feel a lot clunkier. And it just kind of takes a while because you have to wait for stuff to play out. The plural is ZX Spectra. Oh god. I'll try to remember that. I'm not going to remember that. Okay, so this is going to be interesting. I need to find out if I can throw downwards, which is going to be C and then A. I can, look at that. I think we've cleared it. I think we've cleared it. Okay. I'm going to leave Abe there, here, and we're going to then switch back to Oddysee. And I think now I have to go back and do that secret, don't I? Okay. One sec. This really is the stupidest thing I've ever done. I swear to God. I think it's fun though. I was like, we'll maybe get up to like the temples tonight, and I'm like, we're probably only going to just make it out of Rupture Farms. Okay, there we go. So you see what I meant about that being a fake drop point? You can almost see, based on the angle here, you're just lowering into normal terrain. It's not a it's not really designed art-wise to accommodate that. Now, do I have a grenade? I do not. Oh, this sucks. I have to time a leap. Oh, that felt bad. That felt bad. Okay. This is a very simple looking room, but I feel like it's going to be hard. Okay, good, we're fine. If this is just going to toggle the speeds of these two things, yeah, okay.
Hello, hello.
If I lose a Madokan, I'm not going to reload. We're here to just kind of get through the rooms and see stuff, right? But we'll try.
Hello. Follow me. Okay. Wait. Okay.
Okay, good.
Follow me. Okay. Follow me. Okay. Wait. Okay.
Good. Okay, he's waiting.
Hello. Hello. Follow me. Okay.
I need you to actually come off this ledge, buddy.
Okay. Wait. Okay.
Perfect run is hard enough without having to do it several times at once. I've heard that Oddysee is harder than Exodus if you're trying to save everyone. I've never done that kind of a run for either game. Although I came really far in Exodus on the stream. But we didn't make it all the way, unfortunately.
Hello. Hello. Follow me. Okay. Follow me. Okay. Wait.
That double follow me you have to do to get them off platforms is real...
Hello.
Oh god, okay. I think if I wait, he will go back to work.
Wait.
Okay, if we just don't say anything to him for a while. Good, and now I can actually say hello to the other guy.
Hello.
Yeah.
Follow me. Okay.
It's a weird esoteric system that you have to just kind of know how it works. Okay. Oh, this is the worst part. Okay. I am going to try and time the chant with the meat saw. Okay? Here we go. Oh my god! We did it. We did it. Okay, cool. You managed 100% Exodus last year with a combination of looking for secret indicators and remembering where some are. Yeah. The, honestly, the secrets in Exodus aren't hard to find because of the brew bottle indicator, right? It's kind of not something you even really need to put a lot of thought into. You just have to pay attention. Obviously the one that tripped me up is the secret within the secret that I didn't get, but that's neither here nor there. I would really like another checkpoint, and I don't think Oddysee lets you repeat checkpoints. Which is a shame. So we're going to go back to this screen, leave it there, and we're going to cut over to New and Tasty to see that, as it has been redone. Okay. This is entirely different. This is not what I was expecting at all. Okay, let's figure this one out together because I do not know. Although, is this also another, like, there's no sligs here? Yeah, okay. Alright, I kind of see what they've done. The toggle is instead for the laser fields rather than other,
Getting kinda hungry.
Oh wait, is there a meat sword? Yeah. So that is the meat sword toggle. That's now slow. By the way, the Ellen Chubb sign there, super good.
What a walkout. This feels hard.
Okay.
Getting kinda hungry. Come on.
Ah, here's the problem. That makes the saw go faster. I think what we can do though is
Oh, yeah. Hello. Hey there.
oh shit, no, I can't do that because you see those two up there? They are now following me. So what we actually have to do is go and get those ones up out of here first, and then get the others with Olia, right? So. This is actually not too bad. It's really just order of operations.
Follow me.
Okay.
Bye. Follow me.
Okay. God, I hate meat.
Wait.
Okay.
Okay. That's fine. Now.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, hey there. Hello. Hi.
Follow me.
Okay.
I have to like... Oh, come on, guys. Come on. Come on. You can go closer than that.
Follow me. Follow me.
No? Can you not? Fuck. Okay. In that case... Oh, no! Oh, no! They're actually all lining up right on the, There we go. I think that's okay.
Wait.
Okay, sure.
I have to think about this because as Abe, I can't move past that saw when it's going fast at all. There's no way through it. Ooh. I can't. This is difficult. Okay. I'm gonna rescue these two guys. I'm trying to think, like, if I can get through this while it's fast and then toggle it slow and also toggle those laser beams off, that would be the actual solution, right? I am pretty sure, though, it is impossible to get through these things. We can try it, but, like... Yeah. Why does it not automatically load my quick save? That seems like something it should really do. Yeah, nah. Give it one more go. No. Yeah, there's no way through those things, right? So in that case... Yeah, there's just no way to get them far enough to the right unless we do it manually, which I actually think is maybe what it's trying to get you to do. The first you don't succeed, become... Can I tell you what just happened there? Abe repositioned himself to pull the lever and it backed him up into the meat saw. Can a worker pull a lever for you? No, they did not add the work command until Exodus, which means it's not in this remake at all either. So that's what I would have thought as well, but the puzzles aren't designed around telling other people to work. I think what I need to do is maybe just do them one by one, because the way they line up tries to make space. So if we do this. Yeah, like that, right? I mean, this is a tedious way to do it, but I think it actually might be the right way. Which is interesting because they give you the Olia command to try and reduce the tedium. Okay. So what we do now is we flip this. Oh god, Abe. You were meant to hoist onto the ledge. That's fine. I quick saved right there. So.
Hello, back to work. Follow me. Hello. Follow me. Okay. Oh, hey. Hey there.
I have to step a bit closer each time, just so a different Madokan is activated with each hello.
Oh, follow me. Okay. Wait.
Okay. Now, I think I actually have to rescue these guys because I won't be able to activate those top two if these five or whatever are still here. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay. So turns out... It turns out it takes them a while to follow... Like, the order has to go down through the array of Madokans that you have. Right? So... That's what we want to do.
Follow me.
Now...
Hi. Hello. Follow me.
Yeah, so we can do this with the top ones. I'm glad that command actually reaches that far. I thought it might not.
Hey there. Follow me. Coming. Hold up. Right.
Oh yeah, don't worry, I'm on top of the quick saves. Okay. Now I can use Olia when there's just two of them left.
Hey, Tom. Hi. How's it happening? Follow me. Okay.
Alright. That's not the cleanest solution to this area that I thought would be possible, but I guess it works. I guess we did it. Okay. What have we got next? The ZX Spectrum? I think that's what we have next, right? So... how is this going to look here? Yeah, much the same as Oddysee. Alright, that's cool. We can do that. Oh, Jesus, that was very close. I am going to have to go down and change the speed, though. Which is going to be difficult because I'm going to have to also get through that. Okay. Oh, this sucks. Maybe a roll is a better option here. That was very close. That was very close, but we made it. Alright, come through, come through, come through. Oh, Jesus. Now, I'm telling him to wait down there. I almost have to do it before it goes down. Like this. Good, okay. Weirdly, I have the timing down in this game better than I do in Oddysee. Because it's like so minimal, it's kind of easier to predict in a way, which is really strange. Alright, follow me. It's nice also that they come off ledges automatically, you don't have to tell them twice. No, not you. Oh my god, I need you to... I have to go off screen and back, here we go. Okay, you wait there. I'm gonna go and roll under this thing. Oh, Jesus. Alright. Okay, we're fine. Stand up, pull that lever. Okay. Again, I'm going to try timing the portal with the meat saw. I don't have any idea what the reaction time on the Dawkins is, but let's do it now. Oh god, that was perfect. That was perfect. Okay, we're good. Yeah, so because I can't do sprint jumps, you can see they've actually rearranged this to give me a clean hoist out. I don't need to do a sprint jump to latch onto that ledge like I needed to do in Oddysee, which is interesting. Okay, we are out of there, and then we are back to Oddysee. Here we go. Have I disabled that field? I have, which means we can possess this slig. Now, I don't remember what my get down command is. I think it's 7. Yeah, cool, okay. We don't want to pull this lever because it will drop the Madokan down to his death. However, we want to keep going this way. And just shoot this guy. One thing I find really interesting is that because sligs can't jump or go through doors, it really narrows the space they can explore. So the solutions to puzzles that require them are way, way, way more explicit or like clearer. We're actually going to tell this guy to wait here because there's another secret area we need to get to, which is this. This is kind of designed to get the slig at the end to chase you back here, and then you stop under this thing, pull it, and drop the slig down to his death. That is not a death plane, though. That is a secret. So now we need to drop the grenade, like really gently, right down there. Cool. I think I need to blow that up. I'm actually not sure. Is there a portal on this screen that I need to activate? There is, so I do need to blow that up. Okay. 2, 3, 4. Good, got it. I love this really good tutorial. There's a Madokan, there's a portal, there's a mine. What are you going to do? It's just like really, really, really simply communicated. Right, up, back, and he gets out. I am going to take a grenade with me though, because I think I'm going to need it later. Okay, so we leave Abe there. We go over to New and Tasty. I do not want to quit. Alright. Now, I can't remember what I have set up in this area or not. I think I've turned the electric field off. But I am going to double check. Yeah, that's off. So we can take this guy. Sneaking left was making the marking and camera move in a line. Yeah, gotcha, gotcha, gotcha. Okay, cool. I see what you're saying. So they've actually moved, this is interesting. They have moved the Madokan that was there as the drop platform tutorial, and they put him here on a drop platform. The reason they've done that is because that hook object, which again, you can see in Oddysee, that kind of hanging hook, that doesn't exist in New and Tasty, because when you have this like much more free 3D camera movement, to have an object that extends infinitely up into the ceiling, like that hook, is kind of odd, and it doesn't really work, especially when you're shifting the camera enough that you can see a lot further up into that ceiling, right? So you've just got these normal levers, and it's kind of, it serves exactly the same purpose, and honestly, there's not much of a difference. It is nice to have another interactive object like that's aesthetically different though. Okay. You're dealing with the where does the background object end problem in the game you're working on. Yeah, is it 3D? Because like there's a lot of in Wildfire, which is a 2D game, there are a lot of parallax layers that just extend solid color like 1,000, 2,000 pixels into the ground, because there are some instances where you can move the camera in such a way, or it's like we would want to design a level that's extremely tall or extremely wide, and it's kind of like you just have to account for that stuff, right? So you just put like dead space either side of it. Yeah. Tile up forever, exactly. Yeah, 3D though, it's just kind of like, if you want to restrict your camera movement, that's your easiest solution to it. But it's a problem I've not really had to solve before, so good luck to you. Okay. So we don't want to kill this guy, we want to get him to follow me.
Follow me. Okay.
Actually, I don't think he would even die if he dropped down there, because again,
Okay.
this is a secret. The hooks are also different gameplay because levels can be used from 2 tiles on either side and hooks can only be used on 1 tile. That is a super interesting point that I didn't think of, and you're totally right. I think in New and Tasty, if they did have hooks, that wouldn't be a gameplay thing. But again, in Oddysee, yeah, you have to stop like on the exact tile under it in order to use it properly. A hook which opens a trapdoor directly under it forces you down. Yeah, that's true. Unless you do that weird thing that they do in Exodus, which is put a drop platform either side of it, and it looks a bit too busy, right? Still works, but it just looks a bit odd. Okay, boom machine. So, a really interesting thing that New and Tasty does is you can just walk into the grenades and pick them up. In Oddysee, you either have to directly crouch on top of them, or you crouch next to it and press interact, and it will, like, pick it up. It's just kind of another quality of life thing that's like, that's not really relevant gameplay, so it's like, just give him the grenade, you know? Can you put switches close enough to walls that can be accessed from one side? Yes. Okay. I have to think about timing this. Hold up. Go back to sleep. Thank you. Oh, that was way too off, yeah. The explosion after the final ping of the grenade is actually longer than you think it is, so... There we go. Alright. Refresh the grenade number. Okay, cool. Now, we go get this one. Perfect. Is there going to be one mine down here as well? Oh, this is just like a whole pile of them. That's cool. So. That is a really satisfying, that kind of boom, 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 boom. Like that staccato effect of like multiple mines exploding. It's always great in these games. No matter which one.
Wait. Okay.
Okay.
Back to work. Follow me. Everyone, follow me.
Bop, 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 and go. The original felt more stilted with its chain bomb behavior. It did, but there's a satisfying rhythm to it as well. It's a different rhythm, but there is something great about it. I'm actually going to refresh my grenades before I get out of here. Oops. Okay. Oh, I love that screen transition, that kind of like warp and wobble. Both games have that, which is cool. So I think, what do we got? We got this guy to get out of here, and that's it. Oh shit, I dropped a grenade. Okay, pro tip. If you press right bumper without aiming, it will just drop a grenade at his feet. For some reason. That's a new mechanic that I didn't realize.
Okay.
Okay. Notice also with the elevators in New and Tasty, you no longer manually pull them up and down. You just press the button and they will continue onwards to their like final destination. There is different gameplay around that because sometimes you need to manually time an elevator in Oddysee that you don't have to do here. And we'll see some of the changes later. But can you drop a grenade like that while hanging? Ooh, that is a good question. Once we get up to a point where I don't need the grenades anymore, I will try that out because that is actually a really cool idea. And honestly, probably would have worked in that secret area we just completed if I dropped over the slig and dropped it out of my pocket. But yeah, less opportunity to stop and consider the space before getting to the lift destination. Exactly. And there's so many points in these games where you need to do that. And I think they manage the risk by actually making those areas less risky in New and Tasty. Anyway, we are now back to the ZX Spectrum, which is right here. And we are going to have to, I think, do that third secret area. Yeah, that's what we're up to. Oh god, no. Hey, sneak. Sneak past the slig. Have I gone down that barrel? Yeah, I've done behind that barrel now. Do we ever find out who's writing the marquees? I think it's going to just be the Gluckons, right? It's got to be management. Oh, this screen is different. Look at this. Huh. Okay. Also, these hand touch things, I don't think I can actually interact with. If I can, I don't know what the button is. It is not the normal interact key. Maybe it is just up. Oh, there we go. Okay, you get something in Russian. I can't read that. I think that is a tutorial prompt, because obviously the marquees don't happen here. It's kind of too much data for, I guess, the Spectrum to handle like scrolling text. Okay, so if we get you to wait there, and we pull this, yeah, that drops that down, but it doesn't remove those lightning bolts, which is the switch over here, as usual. The red marquees are diegetic, the green ones are not. Yeah, true. Okay, is this going to wake the Slig up? It shouldn't. Yeah, we're fine. I cannot say hello to that guy yet until I possess and destroy the Slig, so that's fine. So again, I actually don't know if the secret area is going to be here. Yeah, okay. I'm going to assume it is still there, and I'm going to run into it. So let's just find out. Oh, that dropped a... Did you see that? That dropped like a meat carcass on me. That was close. I'd like to mention there's a man on the inside running a escape device to Abe. I think in New and Tasty there's something about the Alf's Escape DLC that kind of implies there's a bit of an underground network there. I haven't played a lot of it myself though. Okay. God, I wish I could just rebind these controls to like the arrow keys or something, because this is absolutely whack. Let's think about this. I'm going to go here. I'm going to crouch. And I'm going to do the throw from here, I think. I think that's the way to do it. Right? Yeah, there we go. Perfect. Look at that. Oh, interesting. So, notice how the portal is open already, and it's actually permanently open. That is because, as I suspected, there's no timer on the grenade, so there's no way I would be able to throw it up and get rid of the anti-chant orb, because, you know, you need to wait for the timer to end. So they've just given you the portal without having to do that step. That's cool. Alright, get another grenade. Okay, this is going to be just like a normal hop, right? Yeah. I think this is an okay distance. I could be wrong. Ooh, Abe, no. Okay. Okay, we're fine. We're fine. We did it. We did it. We did it. This is honestly just the strangest demake I've ever played. Okay, do I just manually hop in that? Oh, I'll get another grenade before I go. I'm also interested in how the Spectrum one is going to do shadowed areas, right? Because obviously, like, the color palette... Oh, that was a cool transition. That was actually really clean. The color palette just applies whatever to Abe. And I wonder if there's a specific color they've reserved. Ooh, that Slig is still there. That they've reserved for shadows, just to communicate that properly. I have to go back and get the other Slig and possess him. So let's go and do that now. Hey, buddy. I do really like the visible speech bubbles in this. Like, it's a really nice way to do game speak without audio. I think it's kind of cute. Can you sprint? You can. Look at that. That's such a cool animation. I like that. Okay. He just explodes. That's fine. You can explode too. Okay. You're going to follow me. Do you track me through screens? You do. Awesome. Okay, cool. I don't know that he necessarily runs as well. He does sneak, if I sneak, but maybe I have to be sprinting for him to actually do it. You can see why this won some awards. Yeah, see, I have no frame of reference for what a ZX Spectrum is capable of. I think if this was what the Game Boy version was, I would have thought it was amazing, right? Because it's all there, and like the mechanics are there on... well, there's not enough buttons, maybe, for the Game Boy, but still. The Game Boy demake is really, really sparse, and just kind of disappointingly so, right? Okay. Is that door locked? Do I have to rescue these guys to actually get it open? Oh, weird. It went away when I chanted. Okay, so we are through to the next area on that, which means we are going back to Oddysee. And, you know, some sound. I've killed that guy. Have I brought the other Madokans over yet? No.
Hello. Hello, follow me. Okay.
Come on, buddy. Come on, buddy. Okay.
Okay. Hello. Hello, follow me. Okay.
This particular screen here with the, look how perfectly aligned that background depth is with the elevator shaft. Like, it gives the sense that this is actually a shaft without actually making one. Right, it's just super well done. And those overlapping FMVs of the barrels moving through. You don't get those little movies everywhere in the background, but when they are there, it really just helps sell it. You're not the only one who can hide in shadows. Okay, alright, good to know. Okay, so we're there. I just noticed that packaging sign is exactly the same as it is right there in New and Tasty too. So let's go over there. Oh! No, I guess I can go through a bit further because we haven't actually gotten to another point yet.
Hello.
So we'll keep going with Oddysee.
Okay.
So this is the actual tutorial for teaching you to lead people to portals.
Hello. Hello, follow me. Okay.
Alright. So, we're going to drop this guy down. Notice how you can still hear Sligs moving. This is one of the clues that they give you that there is another secret area, usually on this screen or nearby. It's definitely something to pay attention to, and they don't do it everywhere because the Sligs aren't always present in the secret itself. But... okay, we get our first shadow gameplay. I'm thinking about how I actually have to time this jump because... there we go. Yeah, we're fine. I still have my grenade, by the way, so I could definitely use that. Ooh, that was real close. Okay, just looking at the screen, seeing what I have to do here. This is... fuck. So because I was visible, as I like hoisted down there, he just kind of went for it. Hit the Madokan. That's a shame. Do slogs come out of that kennel? I'm going to say get down. I don't think they do. I think that kennel is just there for aesthetics, right? Yeah, we got one casualty already. That's a shame. But what can you do? Alright. Oh, I have to grenade it from here. Gotcha. Oof. Oh my god, he saw me pulling my arm back? Wait, I didn't realize that was a thing that they could recognize. Okay, we are going to leave those guys here because we just want to kind of get through quickly to the section that we missed. Alright, you basically saw what that secret area was in Oddysee, so let's go through to New and Tasty and do it there. My window has become hard to actually manage here. 1 second. Okay. Alright, let's go in. Wait, I don't remember that interstitial text. Is that something they added as well? Oh, that's bizarre. I'm guessing that's to cover up a loading screen, right? This marquee is actually interesting because it just says like experiment with the game speak buttons. It doesn't actually say hello and then say follow me. It's just kind of like you'll figure it out. I like that in a tutorial. Whoa, hey, what?
Okay.
That guy had a weird voice.
Wait here. Okay. Everybody. Hey there. Hello. Hi.
Right side's over.
Follow you.
Hello.
Follow
Right
me.
there. Okay. All right.
Okie dokie. You think framing it that way also primes players to be expressive when using them? Yeah, that's really true. Honestly, you don't get as much expressiveness in Oddysee as you do in Exodus, which makes it harder to do that anyway. But that's definitely a great point. So... Oh, is it clearing off the Medokans as I rescue them from the map? I think it kind of might be. Like, is it live updating? That's something I hadn't noticed before, actually. Okay. Let's keep on going through. This is a really great tunnel here, just like aesthetically. And the camera being... This is actually quite a low angle for this game. It hasn't really done that before yet. It usually is looking down onto the terrain, but this is like much more dynamic, and it's kind of... You can see how they capitalized on that in Soulstorm, like... Oh, this is another good shadow moment here. Yeah, there you go. Alright. We're gonna mess this thing up the same way. I'll tell you what, it's harder to judge where I am relative to the lever when the angle is askew like this. So, silhouette of A with a low angle as he stands in the doorway. I didn't notice that. Let me... Yeah, that's cool. He has such an iconic silhouette as well. Okay. Quick save. Let's go. So, this is what you get instead of light and shadow. You get the steam vents, which is actually quite interesting, as I never noticed. You can see on the platform where I am, there's like a steam mechanism that has been added to the foreground wherever the steam vents are to try and like justify its place in the world a bit more. Character designs in this are insanely good. I know, it's just out of this world with how good they are. The grime vents feel pretty dirty. Yeah, this is a gross colored smoke. I wouldn't actually want to breathe this in. One of the really interesting design changes that these steam vents do is you can see ahead of time what actually is a stealth area. In Oddysee, it actually could be kind of hard to tell sometimes. because again, so much of the background had pure blackness in it. But it also means you can see where Abe is while in it, which you cannot do in the shadow zones in Oddysee. Obviously, that's like aesthetically kind of satisfying, but when it comes to gameplay, you can sometimes lose possession and just kind of go like, "Oh god, where am I again?" Yeah. It's taking away another source of deep blacks. That's true. It is. It's definitely doing that, and it's for what New and Tasty's palette is, it is at least consistent. You know, as much as it's not as dark and menacing, it definitely has an overall feel that is consistent amongst itself, right? So what we're going to do is jump on down. Do I have my grenade? I do. I have 2 grenades. Okay. Now you go back to sleep. I'm going down here. Oh, there's another Slig down here. That's right, because we have to possess him and then blow this thing up. Alright, okay, we can do this. Perfect! Hey, so here's something that's interesting. Both Sligs are actually in range of my possession now because of the free camera. Previously it was just the one down below. But I can take this dude and I guess just mess that one up. Does that get rid of all the mines though? That's what I want to know. It does, look at that. Oh, I could also have possessed that Slig and pulled that lever to make that meat saw go a bit slower. But that's fine. Right, you can just stick those blacks in and expect it to still work in this game. Exactly, yeah. I'm sure, you know how everyone comes out with like E and B reshade mods for Skyrim and stuff? I'm sure someone could do that for this. It's just a Unity game. Surely you could inject some kind of contrast palette and just see if that's something you can even do. I don't think it would work. I think it would look bad. But it would still be interesting, right? So we can actually do Olia here.
Follow me.
This slog kennel being here in the foreground as well is super good too. I like that it's basically, you have the same, you know, visual elements, just like positioned differently. Okay, I don't even need to explode that chant thing up there because, oh yeah, see, it does light up red. Look at that. So I'm out of range here, but as soon as I go here, boom, there you go, like that. All right. There's another thing that wasn't in the original achievements. Yeah, I actually haven't looked at the achievements list, but it might be interesting to see if they promote some kind of secrets or like hidden gameplay, maybe. I feel like there are places that are still backlit for it to get the same kind of fading into negative space feel. Yeah, I think that is one of the things that Oddworld does the best, is the color comes from that background fog and that fading into the distance, right? They very deliberately pick different colors for each area to give them separate character. And I think that still comes through in New and Tasty.
Hey there.
Okay.
Follow me. Okay.
Yeah, it's much more prominent. It kind of has to be to communicate the same thing. In Soulstorm, I think the anti-chant orbs actually have a better animation because they their eye is yellow and they start facing down, and when they're active, they rise up and then turn red, and it's like enough of a change to really communicate it. The fact that I hadn't noticed it before kind of says that it actually might still be too subtle, you know. Okay, we're going to quick save it there, and then I guess duck through to the ZX Spectrum? Yeah, that's where we're up to. Okay. So, here we go. I might abandon the Medokans in this version because it is Because I can't say all ya, and it does take a long time to really get their animations going. We'll just kind of go through and see. We'll go through and see how the secret areas and stuff are designed. Yeah, they don't run unless the portal is on screen as well, which makes it again take a lot longer. I should have sneaked then. God, okay. This is hard to time because there's so few frames in their animation. You actually have to do it before they start coming. Here we go. There we go. How am I gonna make that drop? Oh, I just went straight into it. Hey, here we go. Here are the shadows. Here's what they have done. They've just made them dark blue. This is difficult though because I actually don't know where the shadow ends. Yeah, like I can tell down there where they end. But in this platform, there's no way for me to know. It's just kind of arbitrary, right? Okay, so this is going to be difficult as well because I have to make that leap. Oh, he saw me. No. Oh, how do I do that? Oh, Jesus Christ, it starts me all the way back here. Okay. We're going to give that another go. Hang on. I think I'm just checking if I can do that sprint jump. Nah, I can't. Okay. Sorry, slaves. We may have to leave those ones down there because that section is going to be real difficult to pull off. Oh, come on, you got one tile. There we go. I don't actually remember pulling a lever making an audio event for the sligs to recognize. They might still have it in Oddysee, but... Okay. You know what? I think I actually just have to sneak walk off the platform. Because that's going to actually still land me there. And the slig is not going to turn around, I think. Yeah, we're good, we're good. Ooh, I nearly landed on the meat saw. Now, it's not giving me a grenade because I actually already have one, which is good enough for me. Go, Abe, go. Oh, Jesus Christ. Now, I don't want to make the same mistake again and get one of those shots, so I'm going to try and time this right. There we go. Nope, nope, nope. It happened exactly the same as it did there. What's interesting is when I start the leap, the slig actually hears that. It's not when I land at the platform. Even just starting a leap will be an audio cue in this game only, which is something to get used to. Okay. That's too far away. Yeah, I think I actually have to be a lot closer and bounce it off. Okay. At least the game's being faithful, yeah. It's an entirely faithful recreation, honestly. Okay, okay. Oh no, I'm going to get the other one shot too. Oops, that was very bad of me. Let's throw this thing. That works too, honestly. That works too. I guess if he hadn't shot them, they would have died anyway? Oh well, that works for me. I'm going to mosey on out of here like nothing actually happened. Oh, okay. fine. We did it. We rescued our buddies. It's all good. Now, I think this is the jumping puzzle with the falling stuff, isn't it? Yeah, okay. I'll get through here. Oh god, that's so tightly timed. I can't even see where they're coming from. Jesus. Yeah, the screen shake, that's new too. Okay, I'm going to leave it there because that's kind of the start of a new puzzle. So we go back to Oddysee. Now, am I trying this one again? I believe I am. We'll do it one more try. Oh my god. I understand what happened there, and it's really funny. So when I dropped that slig in, he was coming from the left, and he went in moving right, which means when he fell into that gap, he actually survived the fall and ended up in the secret area. If he had been going from the right, he would have continued off that platform and fallen to his death. I want to test this real quick because you should be able to hear his splat when he does fall down. So we do it from here. Yeah, you heard that splat, right? Cool. Oh, that's real close. Okay, so I got my one grenade. We didn't get someone shot this time. Okay, cleared that area out. We want to get another grenade. Before we rescue these dudes, we'll go up and try and solve this thing up here. Oh, I can do it from the top platform. That makes a lot more sense. Okay. Perfect. First try. So, we go back, get ourselves another grenade, rescue these dudes. Take that. Can you go through this portal? You can't, can you?
Hello. Hello. Follow me. Okay. Follow me. Okay.
I need to make sure he is under me because I don't want to go down and get him in the meat grinder. Oh, okay, here we go.
Hello. Follow me. Okay. Follow me.
We're fine, we're fine. Oh, come on. There we go. So, I really hope there's a checkpoint through here. Yeah, there is. Good. That can actually still be a little difficult to read, to be honest. Okay, so we want to do this mine. So that we can hoist up. Now, I can't remember if there is a secret down this platform. I should have looked at the map better. I actually think there might be. Let's find out.
Hello. Hello. Wait.
Nope. Oh my god. I was meant to say hello to the slig, but, yeah, he got shot. The chunks do make the signal to noise ratio a bit unfriendly. Yeah, that was hard to read because the chunks kind of obscure where the carcass is falling down at the top. That Slig made an infinite fall noise, which is a different vocal cue than if they just splat, so I actually don't think there's a secret down there. Now, I'm gonna electrocute you. The actual way that you want to finish that is going over there, turning the electricity off, leaving that bomb armed, and then possessing a Slig to run into it, so there's a clear path for that Madokan to go through. But obviously we kind of fucked that one up. So it's much of a muchness. I'm just gonna double check that I can't get in that thing. No, I can't even get there, like, if I wanted to. He went through in spirit, exactly, yeah. I'm actually going to do a hard save here, and then swap over to New and Tasty, because this is a new checkpoint area. Okay. Are you guys following me? No, you're not.
Hey, chum. Hey there. Follow me. Hey.
So, there's a sleeping Slig over there. We don't have the mine that we can arm, so this puzzle's already a bit different. I think the puzzle this time is actually to get these Madokans through that electric field.
Wait.
So we want them to wait there. Yeah, okay. This is one thing that New and Tasty does that I do really appreciate. Do you see that falling Madokan symbol right there? They put that on areas that are definitely like death planes, right? So you know for certain there isn't a secret area there because they actually indicate what is certain death with those kinds of symbols. How you doing, 5300? Welcome to the Crazy Abe's Oddysee stream that is going surprisingly well. I want to point out in the background, do you see those? I'm guessing there's like scrab carcasses coming out on the conveyor belt. Like, that's a nice little detail there. There's so much more animation in New and Tasty, just like incidental background animation, that is super good, right? Obviously, they can't do that much in Oddysee because each one is like a separate video file. But just seeing all this in motion really gives you the actual sense that, yeah, you're in this giant factory. And you're kind of inconsequential as a person or as an employee, right? So I think this will open that trapdoor. Did those Sligs sort of hear that? They kind of flinched a bit. Hang on, let's try that again. Yeah, they have a little, like, I've half heard a noise, but I'm not going to wake up. That's a really cool detail. I've never noticed that. Oh, I turned around and wasn't able to actually get the kill. Can we get this guy to fall down the platform, though? Yes, we can. You play Oddworld on cell phone, but New and Tasty. Wait, what do you mean you play it on a cell phone? Do you mean you've played like the Munch's Oddysee iPhone port and something? Or is New and Tasty, has that been ported to phones as well? You've not noticed the mummy bark before? Yeah, that's, I think they say it as well when they're being depossessed. Okay. Yeah, so this puzzle is entirely different. There's no mine there to disarm. You just have to get these people through that electric field.
Everybody, follow me.
Ah, I really like that as a end screen to the next puzzle because it forces you to roll, which is where you start the next bit in. Again, I guess this is like, as a loading screen, you are actually loading a separate chunk of geometry, right? So they have to end this section at some point, which is why they have those text pop-ups. Like that, yeah. Okay. How good is this section? Oh, I love any silhouetted part of Oddworld. I think looks the best, like the scrab nests and the paramite nests. Super awesome. I am going to swap here to the Spectrum then, because we are now at this puzzle. Alright. Okay, this mine is already hard to read. Like, what do you think is safe and what do you think is dangerous? Because I don't know. I'm going to assume white is safe. You reckon? Jesus. One, two. Oh my god, the black was actually the safe one. I had to time it with the black. Okay. That is not what I would have expected. I would have thought, like, the darker color is red and the lighter color is green, right? You have to use Google Translate because you're from Germany. Well, thank you very much for stopping by anyway. Which Oddworlds have you played? Is it just New and Tasty, or have you played Abe's Oddysee as well? Because this is the one... We're going through all different versions of this on this stream here. What is my sneak key again? It's this one. Okay. How do we not fuck this puzzle up? I think I actually have to drop one down so he doesn't shoot the Madokan accidentally in the crossfire, right? Yeah, wake him up. Drop you down. Then possess you. I let go too quickly. Okay, so... What do you look like when you get electrocuted? Oh, you just explode. Alright, that's fine. That's fine, I'll give you that. Okay, so let's go up here. Deactivate that electricity. Get you to follow me. And poop it. Have a portal. You're welcome. Oh, is this is different. Oh, do you know what? I think we have jumped over to... There's a few screens away in Oddysee and New and Tasty that I think this screen is. So I think we jump back to Oddysee now. Now, this guy will shoot at me, right? If I'm actually in his line of sight. Oh my god. I didn't expect that to happen. I thought he would shoot at Abe, not that guy. Oh, Jesus. I fucked that. You know what? You can shoot me. Okay. I got a bit too brazen there. Aaron took one for the team. He tried to shoot Abe but missed? Yeah, you're right. I think that is what happened. From what I recall, you cannot shoot into the foreground in Oddysee. Yeah, like there's no way to press down and shoot because I'm guessing that just was a mechanic they added for the sligs in this game. But we can get rid of him.
Hello, follow me. Okay.
You can wait here, buddy.
Okay.
Now, do we turn this off entirely? We do. Okay, cool. So, we could meat saw this guy, but we actually want him for a really cool section. I think this is the best part of Rupture Farms that's coming up here because it kind of combines all the mechanics at once. So, you might not be aware, but there is a Madokan in the shadow here that you need to rescue. You can kind of see him because you can notice his shadow on the ground moving around a little bit. Hey, James OC, how you doing? Welcome to the crazy stream. We are getting through 4 versions of Abe's Oddysee at the same time, and we're kind of doing it. You can also hear him scrub the floor. That's a really good point. again, like the other sligs moving around in the secret area, like the audio cues are something you really do need to pay attention to. I also think this is the best area of Rupture Farms because we were talking about palettes and stuff before, and I think like this screen and the ones following it kind of exemplify exactly the atmosphere that this original game captures that the others don't, right? It's so grimy, it's so dark, it's just kind of that really gross yellowish copper metal underlight on everything is superimposing. And you just have these massive machines disappearing off into the distance and all these girders going overhead at different angles that really makes it look great. I think I need to... There's more Madokans here, so I need to do this. Otherwise they would get shot. You can't see them, but they were ducking down in those shadowed areas as I did that. Am I trying to find all the secrets? Not necessarily. I'm trying to go through and compare kind of screen by screen. I think you're right. I think it is the next screen after this, maybe. I may have... There is one where they are... No, I'm pretty sure... You know what? I can't remember, honestly. Let's find out. So we can get this slig through this. It's real hard. Okay, we did it. Maybe this is it. There is a Madokan in that shadow there, and we don't want to pull that lever. Because we will die. Cool, done. Okay. You need to bounce out? That's alright. Thank you very much for watching, Valiant Cheese. I think we will be stopping it at the end of Rupture Farm, so there's honestly not that much more to go. But I will come back for the rest of the game later on. Rest of the games, rather. What I'm going to do is rescue these two. And then try and collect everybody on these other screens and bring them back there.
Hello. Hello. Follow me. Okay.
That's a really high-pitched Madokan, huh? Okay, let's see if we can hear him scrubbing on this screen. No, I think you're right. I think there is no one here.
Hello. Hello.
Man, I could have sworn there was. Alright, that's fine. Okay. Oh, Jesus. Good, we're fine, we're fine. There is this one guy here, though.
Hello. Follow me. Okay. Wait.
Now, is there a portal on this end screen here? There totally is. Look at that. That makes it easier.
Hello. Hello. Follow me. Okay. Wait. Okay. Hello. Hello. Follow me. Okay.
I'm really sad about that one casualty. I thought we could have gotten through without that, but that's alright. That was entirely my fault. Alright, more of this.
Hello. Follow me. Okay.
There we go, you're fine. I think the off-screen glitch might also work here. I've actually never tested it before, but let's try it out on this last Madokan, just to see if it does. You missed that in Soulstorm. They don't have Abe and an MGM Lion. Yeah, I know. It's... that kind of stark, high-res model just doesn't have as much character to it. Okay.
Follow me. Okay.
We go off, we can just not worry. It still detects it. Why does that glitch happen in Exodus then, if it actually worked here? That's really curious. Huh, okay, alright. By the way, I didn't notice, but did that LED counter behind me update in real time? Because it would be really funny if it did. I just wasn't watching at the time. Okay, that's fine. 2 casualties, I can deal with that. Okay, so I will leave Abe here, and then we'll switch over to New and Tasty. You've never gotten all 99? Yeah. Like, from what I understand, Oddysee is a lot harder to do. Man, immediately, if we... Oh, this area is so much different. And I really like that they're taking kind of bigger leaps and not just kind of recreating the screens exactly as they are. Because this, like, smelting section looks so cool, right? And the camera change as you move into the background is super welcome as well. Okay, you're just going to fall off into the fire, I think. Am I playing all 3 games at once? 4 games, thank you very much. And no, I couldn't play them all at once because when you Alt-Tab between them, they don't respond to controls anymore. So you can really only do inputs for one game at a time. So what we're doing is going through section by section and just talking about like the design differences between them. And just seeing what they changed in all 4 games. We won't get to Oddworld Adventures yet because it's only the Paramonian Temple, but we do have the ZX Spectrum demake, New and Tasty, and Oddysee. So let's get this guy out of here, shall we?
Hello. Follow me. Okay.
Oh, I guess this is also a tutorial for teaching you cover heights as well, right? Because that slig is going to shoot at you, obviously, if you're out in the open and you got to crouch behind certain cover. So that is an important thing to actually learn. Can we hear that guy mopping the floor here too? Is that what that sound was?
Everybody. Hello.
Yeah, there is. That second guy responded. Okay, cool.
Follow me. Okay.
They cough in Soulstorm too. Okay, that's good to know. So the awkward thing here is I have to say wait to
Okay.
get them there and hopefully not get shot by that slig. Yeah, we're fine. Yeah. In terms of visual design, again, like, this is something New and Tasty can do that Oddysee can't. And I think this area looks amazing. And I kind of wish they did a bit more of this, actually, in the later sections. Okay, so that is a death plane. There's no secret there. We can get this guy down.
Follow me. Okay.
You do think smoke zones make less sense than the shadow zones? I know what you mean. However, we talked about like the readability differences between them, and one of the big ones that I quite like is the fact that you can still see Abe in the smoke zone, whereas you can't in the shadow. Sometimes you get them lost when they're in the shadow because it is just like completely pitch black, right? And you kind of lose track of where you are or where you're facing. So you make a wrong input and then you're just instantly dead. But
Hey. Follow me. Let's go.
it kind of makes sense here because the camera is freely able to move around them and still have the fantasy of being hidden in smoke without having to worry about the angles of the shadows and that sort of thing. Like, it makes sense for the restrictions that they're working on here in New and Tasty. If you're on the other side of the smoke, then the slig shouldn't be able to see you on the far side. Yeah, you know what? That is one thing that doesn't make sense. I'll give you that. And it's interesting because the greeters in Soulstorm, when you throw a smoke screen down, it like physically blocks their motion sensor, right? The sensor doesn't go through. So you're actually like creating a wall for their vision, not just a safe point within their vision, you know? So you can be on the other side and it's fine. That's definitely an inconsistency there. Okay, come here, buddy. Look at that massive chain in the foreground. That's just nice. Nice placement. Yeah, the smoke on the sensor kind of makes sense because it's like infrared, right? And so that kind of thing would be blocked by smoke. You wouldn't be able to see through it. Now, this section seems a bit different. I'm also just way, way, way worse with that timing. There we go. Where are we relative to where we were in Oddysee? I think this is kind of... Are we at the meat saws over here? Look at those scrabs in the background, though. That's awesome actually seeing them getting packed in. That is... I don't remember that section, but that's super cool. Right under the scrab cake sign, too. That's perfect. You think Scribania has the most changes? Yeah, from what I remember, a bunch of that was changed, too. Okay, yeah, this is definitely kind of new territory here now. Are those the carcasses from the scrabs in the background on those meat hooks? I can't really tell. Now that turns that off. Oh, okay, we're at this bit where we get the slig. Okay, I've got my bearings now. Carcass in a body bag? Yeah, fair. Oh, there wasn't a lever over here. Cool. Are these the two grinder jumps? They've moved them here. Oh, interesting. Okay. So I can't use this sling to go through and clear out the rest of what's up at the Zulag 1 switch then. Ah, alright, alright, alright. I'll pay that. So.
Hello, follow me. Okay.
Again, just the background detail in this section, like with those carcasses moving through. They're obviously moving in the direction you need to move as well to progress, which is just a nice little touch. And I guess it makes sense that they're coming through to this grinding area, so they've kind of tried to create a through line of the background detail with all the obstacles that you're actually encountering here too. I think that's super cool. Oh, I need a running jump for this, don't I? Yeah, good. Now, that is the main elevator down to the exit. We're not going to go through there yet because we're going to do this section over here. Yeah, here's the two meat saws here. It makes sense that they've started this one on the right as the faster one. Okay. Now, is there a slig over there? That's what I'm a little worried about because I can't tell. Oh, you know what I like? I like that they've had a falling meat coming down from that shaft where the thing that kills this guy is. Like, that's a nice little subtle indicator, I reckon. That that's what's going to happen when you pull that lever. So, let's do that. Yeah, cool. If this slig over here is sleeping, I think I can hear some snoring. Then, yeah, that definitely changes this puzzle design, actually. Yeah, look at that. Because we can't go over and shoot him with the previous slig like we did in Oddysee, we now have to... I hate these puzzles with these mines. I always mess them up. But, let's see if we can actually do it. I'm trying to figure out how far you need to be to actually... Nope, that was too close. Okay. I want to actually load the quick save quicker. Come at me. There you go. So you guys are all good and done. Can I still make the Zulag 1 trip through that thing? I think I can, but we're not going to do that now because there's no point. Got some Dockins here. I'm going to move this guy a bit further away from those two before I get him to follow me.
Hey, everybody. Hello. Hello. Wait here. Let's.
Okay, so
Follow me. Okay.
I think the timing on those swords is a lot more generous here too, which again I kind of appreciate. Okay, cut that off, go here, and we wait by this elevator while we switch over to the Spectrum. Yeah, so this section, I think, is where... I think it's going to be the shadow zones just beyond this. Because it's a little bit different from here on. Okay, alright. Shoot that guy. That's not active unless we pull that lever, so that's alright, that's familiar. Yeah, okay. You're right, there's really not much else you can do with trying to do a shadow palette on a Spectrum, I guess, so you can obviously see the Madokan already. Boom. That is again the main elevator down. Now, can I say look out as this slig? That's what I need to find out. I can say hi, work, get down. I can, look at that. So 3 is get down. We're going to need that, I think, on this next screen. Cool, done, perfect. There you go. What else do you need? I am probably not going to bother rescuing these guys on the Spectrum because it is just so clunky to do it. But I will go through and get to that elevator section. Go, go, go. Now, do you not open unless I chant? Oh, it's a chant lock. Does that mean I need to rescue a certain amount of Madokans to actually open you? Fuck, I think it might. In that case... Follow me? Thank you. Are you not following me? Are you not following? Buddy, 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 come here. Come here. There you go. Yeah, look at that. That was 3 to open that door. That's a weird mechanic that I'm a little confused as to where that other door is going to open from. Okay, we'll leave the Spectrum there for now and go back to Oddysee. And we will figure that out after we've gone through it for these two. So... Oh, I've tabbed out. I've tabbed out. There we go. I do quite like that you can just see this section and you're like, oh wow, something is through there. And you have no idea that you're going to be coming back through there again later in the game. Did you load? Yeah, now we have. So, take this guy over. Ooh, shit, that's my grenade. Okay. I forgot that I had the grenade in the pocket. I'm really glad that I was standing on the ledge there. How do we time this? I haven't done this in ages.
I'm afraid.
There we go. He missed. We're fine. Now he won't come back through that screen, which is good to know. But I want to get that last secret, which means I'm going to have to take out that slig first. And I can't remember the exact angle that you need for the grenade to do that. So, I think we'll try here. That maybe went a bit too far down. Does that mean you can get locked out of the door if you get the workers killed? Do you mean in the Spectrum version? I actually don't know. That seems to be a mechanic that is unique to that. And I'm not sure exactly what the intention is behind that. Okay, we missed. Can I actually blow this guy up? Or do I have to just fall down and get into that crawl space real quick? Oh, that wasn't it. You can blow him up? Okay, cool. It's going to be a tedious trial and error as we get the right angle for it. There's no way I have to be on the same screen as the grenade when it goes off though, right? That would be asking too much. That sounds like it. Yeah, good. We did it. Okay, cool. Oh, Jesus. No. That is impossible to time. The way you did it 24 years ago was by using the lever to move the platform automatically and throw the grenade while riding it. What? What? Oh, holy shit, I did not know you could do that. That's super interesting, actually. Are you coming back down? Oh no! I had pressed the lever one too many times and cycled it back to go up. Let's not try that strategy. That was that seems more difficult. That's a cool thing to do if you time it that way though. Because I imagine throwing it while that's happening would like bounce it off that wall with most of the angles that you can do, right? Oh, I can jump this one. That's fine. Oh, Jesus. Okay. We're good. We did it. Hello. Getting back is going to be the hard part. Yeah, look at that, because they opened that one. Oh, actually, it's not too bad. You just have to not roll. It's fine. Can I seriously drop down from here? That seems like far too, like, much of a fall. I feel like that is an artificial safety area, right? I feel like, oh, you go down the one that opened? Why? Oh, because that platform is under you where that slig is. You're right, you're right. Okay, cool. Man, I don't take direction from this game at all. I've done that entire secret area completely incorrectly. Doesn't matter though. Let's go up here and get ready for that cutscene, and then we'll go back to New and Tasty. Perfect. Okay. Hard save. New and Tasty. Where are we? We're going down this elevator now. I like that they made it a funicular. That's kind of interesting. It's different, and it gives it a bit more depth, I guess. Like Z depth. So if we check how this one is done here. Oh, wow, this is done entirely differently. You don't have the rocks and the electric arcs. Ah, okay. It feels a bit more like it's part of the facility, which the other area didn't. It felt weirdly natural, which I guess was the point, but also a different way to interpret it, I guess. So, Lungbuster cigarettes. Wait, where's the Lungbuster? Was that on the marquee? Because I completely missed that. Oh, there's paramites in the background as well. They got their own, like, little cages. The orange sign on the right. Yeah, gotcha. Does pulling a lever wake a slig up? That is something that I've never really figured out. Okay, is he gonna walk into it? Cool. I do miss the visual effect of the sprites kind of dissolving into blue sparks when they get electrocuted rather than just exploding. You know, it's, again, a different interpretation, but it's just a nice other way for an enemy to be eliminated, right? Oh, that's an interesting swipe for the camera right there. It's like you're actually inside the chute. It's like a cross-section cutaway. Look at that. I like that a lot. I think that makes a lot of sense. That's really cool. So as you can tell, what does or doesn't wake up a slig depends on each particular puzzle. That's not a good... that's not consistent. That's not what we want. I wonder how this secret section is going to look. That's right, you have to tag onto it with X, don't you? Okay. I really like the silo design here. I seriously think this is just a super awesome interpretation of that screen. This is going to be a difficult thing to aim. Apparently it's not going to be difficult at all. Okay. I'm going to do a running jump here because I don't know if the game has changed what it's going to need from me, so I'm going to just be safe. Cool. Oh, it loads into a different... Holy shit. Okay, look at this. I think this is not going to be solvable by hopping. I think I'm going to have to actually do a run for it, right? Straight into it. Straight into it. Oh, it at least sets me there, which is fine. Actually, this is kind of maybe doable with hops. There you go. I did it. I did it with the hops. Does this turn them off? Yeah, cool. Okay, cool. Oh, Jesus Christ. Whoa. Hang on. Hang on. Hang on. You didn't tell me there was going to be a slig here. I gotta watch its behavior and see what it does. Okay. Quick save out here. Yeah. So I didn't realize that the sneak roll was a mechanic in New and Tasty. I thought that was something they had added for Soulstorm. But then holding sneak while crouched and kind of edging forward actually does work in this, which really changes what you can and can't do as far as your movement options go. You're right, it does look like a proper slaughterhouse. Can I fit through that gap with the slig? Damn it, I wanted to put him in the meat grinder. You're right, it's a much cooler aesthetic rather than just having the alarm going off, you know. Okay, cool. Look at the shadow map at the bottom though. Hang on, my cat's come to... okay. She's opened the start menu. Look at the shadow map at the bottom though, like it's kind of weirdly low res. You can see the, yeah, like the individual pixels on it, right? And I'm lying in that banner, you go, oh my god, okay. Can I do that? Let's see if I can do that, hang on. Oh, she wants some food, so I'll get to her in a sec. I'm just gonna finish this off and then I'll end the stream there. So... I still have to hop. Alright, we're good. Wait, how do I get down now? Again, just lower myself? See, this is what I was talking about. They added a halfway platform for you to get down because that was way too big of a drop, normally. That feels okay. That doesn't feel okay in Oddysee. Again, I always want to just press up straight away on those elevators rather than going on with X. Okay. Oh Jesus, that really bounced right back up at me, didn't it? It's actually not what I wanted to do. Okay, I'm going to see if I can time these cutscenes to play at the same time again. I don't know that it's going to work, but let's see what happens, right? So I'm going to do this, roll through. There's a lot more happening in the new and tasty one, huh? Alright. I don't know what the mechanic for the ZX Spectrum one is, so I'm not going to finish that area off because I'm worried I'm going to be like running around for 20 minutes trying to figure it out. So I'm going to call the stream there, and we are going to come back next time and do the stockyards side by side with Oddysee and New and Tasty. Again, once we get to Paramonia, we'll bring the Game Boy one in, but because the ZX Spectrum one is only Rupture Farms, that's basically finished for the set. So we basically only have 3 others at a time to go to. But that was super fun, and thank you very much for watching. I'm kind of excited to see side by side the rest of the changes, because I know, as you said, it does branch out a bit more, and get a bit more unique with each version. So yeah, give us a follow if you haven't already, and I'll be back maybe somewhere at the end of the week to do it, maybe? We'll see how we go.